Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, the holidays are stressful, let's not kid ourselves, but to help us change our perspective is Dr. Chad Peters. Welcome.
Yeah, great to be back. Love being here on Wednesdays, guys.
We love having you on Wednesdays.
Thanksgiving, it's a big one.
It is. It is full of stress.
Yep.
It can be overwhelming.
It is.
Christmas is right behind it, so you're like, oh, like once I survive this one, then I have like less than 30 days to get through the next one.
It just seems like that. It seems like it used to be there's Halloween, then there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, and now it's just like 2.5 month just insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's just get back to like holidays.
So what do we do about it? Because you're talking about perspective, and my perspective is it's like bam, 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 and
it just goes by so fast.
Yeah.
You got to do the costume, then you got to cook, and then you got to buy the presents,
right.
And if you look at it as a big ball,
well, and then add your mother-in-law and add your friends are coming over, and all of a sudden there's 50 people in your house.
Yep.
You know, if you got a house like mine, we've got 50 pets. It's insanity. And so the idea here isn't so much take some deep breaths and just relax, or you know, my mom's just, hey, you're so stressed, just relax a little bit. It's more changing perspective.
It's not that easy, Ma.
It's just not that easy, Mom. As they're yelling at each other in the back, right? So my idea is, I talked to my dad about a month ago, and I was kind of going through my own things, and he's like, you know, Chad, when you were a kid and we went to an amusement park, you always wanted the biggest rides. You weren't the kid that was scared of Space Mountain. You wanted to hit it 10 times in a row. You wanted the loud music. You wanted the biggest and the baddest, and that's what you have created for your life. Everything you do is like to the extreme. So just enjoy the roller coaster. Yeah, and that really changed.
That out.
Chad right there with his hands up.
That perspective, having that idea did so much to just change it right. So what I would suggest tomorrow, when you're in the midst of all this stuff, isn't so much take a deep breath and find your Zen spot. I mean, if that's your deal, great.
Exactly.
But if it's not your thing, zoom the camera out. Pretend it's a reality TV show, and what would people be seeing from somewhere else? And it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of crazy people sitting around the house, and that's part of what makes it so great.
Exactly. And let me ask you, so,
this is my favorite one. Remember the turkey explodes and there's nothing there, and you just got to get through it, you know?
Yeah.
If Griswold can do it, we can all do it.
It's true, and something's going to go wrong.
It's going to go wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's going to go wrong. So maybe you do that with your best friend, or like with my wife. I'm like, all right, let's just have our 10 things that happen. So instead of us getting freaked out about something bad happened, I'm just like, hey, that was number 1.
Right.
You know, the turkey didn't go.
Start
Crazy cousin Eddie showed up, and you know, it's number 2, and just a different way to do it, you know. Or if someone had a drone and was just taking a picture of the whole thing from back there, it's not that bad.
It's not. And speaking of freaking out, stress can often lead to anxiety, which a lot of us deal with. What are some coping mechanisms that can really ease our mind and kind of help us de-stress to prevent it from getting to that?
Yeah, I think the whole idea is just change a different angle, which is hard, because now I'm just like your mom saying, you know, hey, just relax.
Just relax. Easier said than done.
Sometimes it doesn't work. So try to come at it from a different angle. Try to think, a week from now, is this something I'm still going to be stressed about, or is this something I'm going to look back and it was a good thing?
Yes.
You know, and I think that's when our anxiety gets amped up, that tends to be the stuff that when we look back at it was fun. You know, and I had someone say that to me when I was going through the chaos of 4 kids that were under 4 years old, and we traveled to Alaska, and I'm like, I can't do it.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah, one of the guys on the airplane, someone I've never met, is like, you're going to look back at this, and it's going to be silly and funny, and it's going to be cool.
It's going to be a beautiful thing.
It doesn't change where you're at right now, but just know that it gets better. You know, all the anxieties, all the stresses, it's ebbs and flows. It's never one straight pinpoint punch and you're out. So know that. Just being able to kind of see that a little bit different, I think sometimes will take the edge off it.
I like it.
I like that too.
I like what you mentioned about looking at it like as a reality show or something. Because if you look at it that way, it kind of makes it like a challenge.
Yeah.
Like what is it, real world versus road rules or something?
Right.
So one thing my sister and I like to do is kind of take a step back, and we always find ourselves kind of in the corner of the room observing people, and we do like voices for them.
Yes.
We'll see somebody like, you know, the crazy people in the corner having a conversation. We're like, I don't know, what do you think? These beans are delicious. Who decided beans for Thanksgiving? I don't know, but I'm getting gassy.
Can I please be there when y'all do that?
It's such a good way to do it.
Exactly.
It makes it fun, and it kind of takes you out of that stressful element that you might be in to keep you from getting to that full-on anxiety.
My wife's a master of that. She's like, you know, if this wasn't actually happening to you, but you were watching it happen to somebody else, that could be entertainment. You know, and I'm like, you're right. It's a great change perspective. It doesn't change the whole thing that's going on, but now instead of being the one that's just like gripping your napkin and you're losing it, you're the one that's sitting back and like, just take it all in.
Exactly, and you feed off of people's energy. So the fact that you're changing your perspective in a positive way, it'll reflect on them as well.
The hyperness is contagious, and so is the kind of calmness and relaxed and fun.
We all get that at some time. Why aren't you married yet? Why aren't you pregnant? Why didn't you cook the pie with the recipe that I gave you 16 years ago? Did you lose it? Why don't you post that on Facebook, mijita? Yeah. So these are exactly the things that we're hearing.
That's it. That's part of what getting 50 different people together is going to be like.
Exactly.
So you don't fight it. We're the ones that created it. Thanksgiving's been going on in some version or another for thousands of years. I mean, this group that you're with tomorrow, that's your tribe.
Yes,
that's your tribe. It doesn't all jive together perfectly all the time, but that's your people. Like, you got to be okay with that.
Yeah, I like that. We're gonna look at it like an obstacle course. Like, okay, whatever I'm dealing with right now is only gonna last for so many minutes, or maybe an hour,
Brace
maybe
yourself.
just today.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
you kind of challenge yourself to like knock it out with a smile and be like, yes.
Just smile through it.
Totally my style, yeah.
It's
And I'm going to use your little voices for sure.
I think
that's a new one for me.
That's a great idea. I'm going to do the exact same
Really
thing.
good, yeah. That's comic strip stress relief.
It
There's
really
your
is.
book. There's your book. There's your $1 million book.
Especially when you have like your comfort person. Like I think in your family, everybody has like that one person. For mine, it's usually my sister or my fiance, where we kind of pull ourselves aside and sort of put ourselves in a little bubble for a second, and take yourselves away from the whole situation, kind of look at it and, you know, poke fun or even maybe just vent about something for a second and let that other person sort of put things in perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's a really smart approach to it.
It's good. We all go through that stuff. I feel it just like anybody else, and so it's always a work in progress. And if I find something that works, then I want to kind of share it out there with everybody else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's like being in the moment. What about when you find yourself stressing out about the future? Like I said, it's this big ball of emotion because it's Thanksgiving and Halloween before that, and then Christmas on the way. You mentioned sort of looking at it through a different lens. We couldn't even like choose, like, okay, Captain Hook, how would I look at this situation? If we're really turning it into a game, you can take on that mentality, and then you're literally in the middle of like an improv game.
If this stuff isn't fun and you can't find a way to make it fun, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
You know, this stuff is stress. It's kind of like watching The Little Guy, The Little President about sadness. If you don't have sadness, you don't know what you care about.
Exactly.
This is it. If you're not feeling it, then it's not real for you. So the fact that you're feeling it should just remind you, like, this is a positive thing. This is what's going on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like I said, you pull out like this, like a drone.
Yeah.
This is a chaotic day, right? This is my family, and we're at this big thing, and there's 20 different families together, and we're all get together.
I thought this was like from the internet or like a picture frame.
I had to slide one of my people in there.
All
but
right,
at the end of the day,
perfect.
it's just a fantastic thing, and we go through the photos a month later, and I'm like, you know, that was awesome.
Yeah,
There was nothing that was undoable at that. It was just a bunch of fun.
Exactly. And you know, maybe you have some of those like uptight people in your family that have a hard time loosening up. What we've started doing with my family, and we're going to share it with you guys on our Thanksgiving show tomorrow, is some family fun games that are great for all ages. So from the little ones all the way up to the older ones that are like, oh no, honey, I don't get up and do stuff like that. So it's friendly for everyone. And I think once you kind of loosen up and start laughing at your old Aunt Sue, who you know is waddling down with you'll see what the games are. You have to tune in. But it kind of brings a lighthearted energy to the whole situation and can kind of put those other things.
The more we can all do together in fun, that's what it's all for. Don't forget what Thanksgiving is.
Got to get up off the couch too, because that turkey can make us real tired. Am I right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Chad, for joining us today. We hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving, and we look forward to, you guys got to play some of the games that we talked about.
Yeah, I will. We'll be in it.
It's going to be really fun.